Hello, and yeah, season 1, episode 7 of Arcane is called The Boy Savior. And what is that? What does that mean? Who is the boy savior? Are there any boys in this show? I'm trying to think, like, are there any, like, boys? Yeah, no, like, they're men. I'm trying to think of a single boy character that's still alive, and nope, I think they're all dead. So either it's a flashback episode, or it's gonna be like a reintroduction of a new character. That's what I think. That is what the title is a reference to. But what am I looking for this episode? Well, obviously, Viktor going and talking to Singed, the guy with the gas canister on his back. I would have never known that was Singed. Because... Did they even say that name? I mean, I know I saw it at the credit. I was like, oh wait, that's Singed. But... I mean, the only thing I know about Singed that I remember is that he runs super fast and he has like this annoying gas trail behind him. Like, that's what I know. And what else? So Viktor going to him and say like, I know what you mean now about keeping, the mutation alive at all costs. So he knows. And what else? Oh yeah, Vi got kidnapped by the Fireflights. And I'm guessing Powder's gonna go on a rampage to kill all those Firelights to get Vi back. And in doing so, Vi is gonna be like, oh shit. She's gonna learn more about her sister from the Firelight, because it does seem like these Firelights are a Undercity gang, but they're like a good Undercity gang. Or they're maybe the anti-Silco's gang. And she's gonna learn more about Powder than she probably wants to know. What else? God. Oh yeah, and Heimer is gonna get an early retirement. So I do think they're gonna, like, go through all of that. Like, everything I mentioned, I think they're gonna end those stories, or they're gonna put, like, a good, like, finish to it this episode. And then the last 2 episodes are gonna be, like, a different thing. So let's see if I'm correct. Alright. Is this a new intro song? Oh god. Man, doing for the Undercity. Good. Get away from that terrible music. If it was Silco. Like, oh, leave her alone. They're like, yeah, we're gonna listen to you, toots. Okay, we want information. Is the boy savior, I guess? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, it's the... God, what was his name? The guy who worked in that shop. Let's skip this intro. Ekko, there we go. God. Nothing. God, I think the facial expressions they're doing for Ekko, I think is terrible. Yes, it's how it is. I would rather punch like a little boy than block with my face, so I mean, I think Ekko won that exchange. A couple years. Yeah. With what you use. You hear about yourself. It's like I wanted to do my research, but alright, nice. Getting some Jayce doing some blacksmithing, I guess. I mean, if this is the work he does, then I understand his muscles. I mean, Jesus. I will say, it does... The animation seems slightly worse this episode than the other ones. I feel like the facial animations are a bit more like stiff and like over exaggerated than they normally were. They were a bit more fluid and subtle. But yeah. Well, yeah, you know. Yeah, they're both gone. Wait. Is he becoming the leader? I thought it would be you. Oh fuck, what was her name? Mel, I think? No. I don't think he would. Well, are you gonna say? Okay. She's telling him that, you know what? I feel like I might have been in the situation that Jinx was in. And, you know, I think she needs some time alone. You might need to remember her name to find Vi. Alright, so she's stapling her leg shut. Oh god. Is she gonna get stung and get superpowers? Please, no. I mean, she already has superpowers, obviously, like... But... Like, oh god, don't make this like a Spider-Man situation. Okay. Well, it didn't just make it, it's thriving. But you were in prison. How do you know? Are you gonna show the victims of Jinx? Or a mural? Well, doesn't look like that many. Yeah, he's like that type of facial expressions for that line doesn't make any sense. And also, why would you have Powder there? I mean, sure, it's for the the story. Be like, oh god, we lost Powder. Became Jinx, but so he's like, I'm from the Undercity. Yeah. Oh god, Molotov. Oh god, Jayce. I understand you're under a lot of stress, and that's why you said the things you said, but yeah, it made it so that Viktor went, instead of consulting with you, like he probably was planning on, he's like, no, I have to do this alone. Okay, yeah. He's like, no. Huh? I mean, obviously, you're gonna die and be made of an example. It's like, you guys have had lives too good. And I can take it. Silco, this is kind of like, Silco is still used to this, I guess. Oh, or not. And here's your fresh air again. I mean, they kind of set themselves up for this. You're like, know, like, maybe not. Maybe they weren't expecting. Oh god, he's gonna try and choke us to death with poisonous gas. But maybe have some guards or something. I mean, you guys seem to be, you know, basically they're like a triad gangs, right? It's from her home. Her family are like, we want you back. Alright, ruffians. Filthy out topsider. We offer you clean water, more than you topsiders have ever done for us. You throw it away. Like you said. Oh, come on. And you didn't tell me? She's like, oh god. Like, some grooming. She's like, okay. But I wonder, why does he need to do that to his eye? It does seem to be like to release some shimmer or something, but... So is he taking, you know, shimmer constantly? Yeah, if she's not my enemy, then why are they capturing us? Hextech, what is that? Do they... Oh no, wait, obviously they know what Hextech is, yes, because... Don't say but. Do not say but. Ah. Here it comes. Be the better man, blah blah blah, no. Like, how are you topsiders gonna heal us, huh? Nope. Good. Alright. They're actually good. Oh god. And Viktor's like, wait a minute. I'm not gonna help you destroy my people. And then is Jayce gonna end up learning that, you know what? Piltover are not... I can't think of Piltover as just my people. Piltover and the Undercity are my people. We have to... You always have a choice. He deactivated it. Alright. Come on, Jayce. You need to confide. What's it called? Confide, there we go. With Viktor. Because Jayce is obviously taking Viktor for granted. Viktor's just gonna... He's just gonna stand with me no matter what. Okay, so carving some runes on his exoskeleton. Okay, and I guess he's reading about what happened with Heimerdingers. Well, I mean, there is a big tree here, right? So maybe they are able to get a lot of nutrients. You know, stand close to the food source. Maybe it's breeding season. What was that? A picture of... I mean, to me, that picture looked like become a superhero. So, I wonder what's gonna happen to Viktor here. Is he gonna become a monster that loses control? Or is the Hextech now gonna just take over his body? And Viktor is gone? Or is he just gonna still be Viktor, but now he can actually do shit? I mean, isn't this a bit too simple? They had a barricade and now you can just walk. Headlight, what do you know? This has been some okay 2 or 3 days we've been together. Yep, you're right. Don't listen to your demons. Listen to your consciousness. No, well, listen to yourself, Powder. Listen to Powder, not to Jinx. Oh. It's like, the enforcers I have here with me are my personal gang. Don't do it. I mean, I don't think he would die there. And it also did look like it hit like some metal part, so he's probably fine. But why did Vi scream Caitlyn? If anything, she probably should have screamed Ekko, right? Because that's the or Ekko and Caitlyn. Okay, what is happening here? Alright, boom. Okay, so all those fireflies were Jinx's inventions, I guess. And this actually helps, I guess, Silco a lot, get rid of Marcus. And all loose ends. Oh, did he miss an arm? Well, at least Caitlyn didn't actually suffer a lot. Yeah, tell your daughter that you're a piece of shit. I'll do so. Sure. I'll tell her the truth about you. Alright, here comes the boy savior. I mean, I will say that this episode so far is pretty boring to me. This is a pretty boring episode. So, I assume my reaction and commentary is probably all even worse. Like, why we're gonna have to leave her? Powder. Oh, time's running out, I guess. Oh god, are we gonna have like a 2-minute long fight scene to some terrible music? Yeah. Alright, well, I'm just gonna lower the audio. I mean, if they're gonna do it, I think doing it like this is probably better than how they have done the other fights. That involves guns. So doing it like this, stylized, it's completely fine. It probably also is more pleasing to the eye. It's not gonna be like back in the good old days where you won. This time, I'm gonna win. He's like, ah, shit. I still see powder in you. And obviously, neither of them are going to die, so... keep walking Vi. I mean, obviously, in Vi's mind, that's... Oh, God. Both of them are dead now. So don't let... oh, God. Ekko, there we go. And, I mean, did they show the clock and all that? Because obviously that clock played a huge role, not in Ekko and that fight, but... So was that a clock that maybe Vanders used, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, I was bored this episode. I kind of wish it would have been more Viktor, Jayce, and that part. I think I'm more interested in that story than in the Vi Jinx thing, because I don't know, I don't really care that much about Jinx. Especially with, I don't know, like, to me, she's too much like Harley Quinn-ish. I wouldn't say she's not as bad as Harley Quinn, like as a character. I mean, she still has some nuances to her, I guess. But I don't know, like, it feels like when Jinx enters the scene gets a few points worse than it was before she arrived. Like, maybe she's good as a thought to have in the background, you know, that they can use, like, oh, Jinx this, Jinx that. But, like, I don't know, like, reduce her maybe not her impact, but reduce the screen time of her by like 80%. Because it's like, oh man, all the other characters around her are more interesting than her. But I do think her part of the story helps with the other characters. So I thought if you could just reduce the amount of time we get off actually Jinx. I mean, she's attractive. I mean, yeah, sure, she's hot, but not enough for me. And also the fact that we don't get enough talking between Jinx and certain characters. Like, I do think that when he was pummeling her, I think I would have liked if he was pummeling her a little bit more and then stopped himself, and then she was a lot more fucked up in the face. Because looking at this, like, she's not that fucked up, all things considered. Okay, she has a little bit of a nosebleed. A little. That's like nothing. No, like, true bruises, swollen eye. I think it would have been better if we would have seen her a bit more pummeled. And then he's like, oh god. Like, what am I doing? You know, this is powder. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill her. And then she does the whole bomb thing, you know. Like, maybe after he's pummeling her, and then she's like, oh no. And then he's like, oh god. Or maybe it's... And then they can show from her perspective that she didn't actually say no. That she didn't want to be killed. Well, honestly, but she said no, that Ekko would, like, punch her again. But more of a no, that, oh god, no. Like, I got abandoned by Vi again. And I don't want to be abandoned by Silco as well, you know. If I fail. And but Ekko takes it as like, oh, you know, something completely different. That would have been interesting. And it's not just because I'm interested in Riona. Like, that's not just the case that I want to see her beaten a bit more. But I do think we need to see her beaten to a pulp by Ekko. So that maybe when she does return back to Silco will be like, oh shit. Like, you know, like, that it will bring, you know, put some, like, emotional or maybe some fear on Silco as well. Because now it's like, she just got a little bit of a nosebleed. So, yeah. I would say I think the facial animations in this episode were a lot worse than in the other episodes. I feel like they were very exaggerated and stiff. Especially Ekko. Man, like, were they meant that it was supposed to be that Ekko is, like, to try and seem, you know, tougher and all that? He puts on this voice, trying to, like, this swagger and this super, like, exaggerated facial expression, like gritting his teeth all the time. Is that the reason why they decided to do that with Ekko? Maybe. But the thing is, all the characters had it a bit worse this episode. But yeah, that was that. Did we see Heimerdinger this episode? I don't remember. Oh god. Oh yeah, he was on the boat. He's leaving the city on the boat. Okay. Maybe because he's predicting what's gonna happen. He's like, oh god, I don't want to be around when things turn to shit. Or maybe he's doing a last thing to try and save the city. Who knows? Maybe he's going to other city to try and figure out, you know, the Hextech. To prevent weapons from being built. But yeah, that was that. Probably the worst episode of the season. Yeah, I would say this is the worst episode. Yeah, fuck. All the other episodes, even episode 4. I think episode 4 was a badly positioned episode. But I thought the episode overall was good. This episode is the first episode I would say, that was bad.